bro. Let's go, man. Saka, I'm pretty sure this must be on his Instagram as well. As you lot can see here. Let me zoom in because I can't see. But Saka has said, I have stayed away from social media for the last few days to spend time with my family and reflect on the last few weeks. This message won't do it justice, how grateful I am for all the love that I've received. And I feel that I need to thank everyone who has supported me. It was an honor to be part of an England squad that leads by example. They are brothers for life, and I'm grateful for everything that I have learned from each of the players and the staff who work so hard to help that team reach our first final in 55 years. Seeing my family in the crowd, knowing that they've given up to help me get there, that meant everything. And Saka, that's why you should never say sorry. You're a real winner. They don't want you to win. You've defied the odds being a professional footballer, playing in a European final, being Arsenal's number 7, signing for some big boy new contract, all at 19 years of age. And you had never taken a penalty. Southgate, you can see the video. He asked you to take a penalty. You didn't diver. You didn't get scared. You took it. And these things, while I would have loved for you to score the winner, this is the life you take, man. This is how football works. It's the worst thing in the world, losing a football game. But at the same time, you've got your health. You've made your family proud. You've made people proud. You're a real winner because you're refusing to give up every day. Fuck football. It means F all. It means nothing. You lose a game of football, so what? You play the next one. You lose a penalty shootout, so what? Nobody's lost their life. Not everyone's got their health. And I feel sorry for England because this squad is nowhere near maturity. You know, it's been a great example of, the people, whether you're white, black or whatever, riding with each other, not letting ignorance cloud your judgment or your heart. The same goes for the players. I've got full admiration for that squad of players, like I said on Rancy's show, because they're turning down meetings with Boris Johnson. They're sticking up for each other. There's a real togetherness, and they're not at maturity. I know a lot of these guys are not going to be here in 5 years, but Saka, Rashford, Sancho, these guys they ain't going potentially into a World Cup next year, and then you've got a Euros after that. So never ever say sorry, Never say sorry. I know it's easier said than done. And every fan that racially abused this guy and everyone else, you should feel like scum. And I bet it's disgraceful. The man's 19. You talk about mental health, the emotions to even be there, to miss it, and then to hear all of this BS, man. Keep your head up, Saka. But anyways, man, he's moved on. There are no words to tell you how disappointed I was with the result and my penalty. I really believed we'd win this for you. I'm sorry that we couldn't bring it home for you this year. Never be sorry. No one else apologized for getting their job wrong. I'm tired of seeing footballers say sorry for just having bad games or it not going their way. Unless you've racially abused someone, unless you've bitten someone, injured someone, bro. This rhetoric of saying sorry, over saying sorry. The first paragraph is calm. You'd expect that. Obviously, man, I'm going to say sorry for not winning the Euros. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. You shouldn't say sorry, bro. At 19 years of age, what the hell has most people done at 19? You'll be back. The beautiful thing about football, like life, and the saddest thing, it goes on. That's it. Life goes on. And it's sad. And that goes for all of you lot as well, man. Life goes on no matter how bad it gets. So never let people get you down, especially pussies that are talking crap on social media. And you might say it to Saka's face, but there's hella man that will thump off your face if you say this. And it's cowardly. It's sad now. After his first tournament, his first camp, him, Sancho as well, great example. This is the feelings they're being left with. It's an absolute disgrace. There are no words to tell you how disappointed I am, bro. He knows it. The world's eating him up. The world's eating him alive. For the rest of his life, you type in Saka, there's going to be Arsenal goals and things. Saka missed penalty, England. You think you don't need to rain any harder on this young lad, but use this to remember no one really cares. He's gone on to say, but I promise you that we will give everything we've got to make sure this generation knows how it feels to win. Bro, you're a winner. The statistics are going against you. I've never felt more relatable to an England team than I ever have. You've inspired your own generation. You've inspired generations to come. I'm older than you. You've inspired me in my own little way. You have made me proud. Not just the black players. Obviously, they look like, man, they're my guys, innit? They've made me reliable. But everybody else, the way Maguire's spoken, Grealish, Mount, the rest of them, Southgate, the rest of them, never feel ashamed of for what you did, my guy, because you stepped up. You stepped up. Rashford not getting thingy, not getting surgery and them things there so he can play in this tournament, still stepping up. Man are putting their body on the line. Man are risking their mental health for what? To be treated like scum. Fuck you lot, man, that are doing all of that. Anyways, people, he said, my post-match reaction said it all. I was hurting so much and I felt like I'd let you all and my England family down, but I can promise you this, I will not let that moment or negativity that I've received this week break me. Can never break you. You know, you got Nigerian heritage, bro. Them Nigerians are strong men. People can't get broken down. You got the strength for the black man in you as well, man. Keep it up, my black kings, man. They can never rub you out. For those who have campaigned on my behalf and sent me heartfelt letters, wished me well and my family well, I'm so thankful. This is what football should be about: passion, people of all races, genders, religions, and backgrounds coming together with one shared joy of a roller coaster of football. That's it. That's fundamentally it. We win, lose, or draw together. We don't win as a nation and then lose as a Jamaican-born Raheem Sterling, Bukayo Saka with a Nigerian last name, Marcus Rashford from Moss side, and Jadon Sancho with this, and Phillips who's got a Jamaican dad and whatever, and this and that, and the other. It's crazy. But it's like what Ozil said with Germany: when you win, man are German; when you lose, man are Turkish, man are African, man are them things there. And this will always be it. French as well. And I think the Euros has kind of summed that up. You know, you're nothing more than cattle. And it would have been great, but we need to remember the same people that we would have been partying among the pagans, as I called it on Rance's thing. We got to remember they've shown their belly already. Them man, they were storming the capital when people just wanted to protest staying alive. Keep staying thankful. He said to the social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I don't want any child or adult to have received the hateful and hurtful messages that me, Marcus, and Jadon have received this week. I knew instantly the kind of hate that I was about to receive. And that is a sad reality that your powerful platforms are not doing enough to stop these messages. And how do we know he weren't thinking about that in the penalty shootout? How do you know that? And it's sad that we all knew that was going to happen. We all knew that was going to happen. Man has just missed a penalty at 90. Man is playing in a Euro final and he's thinking about social media. What the fuck, people? Really makes you question stuff, man. It really makes you question stuff. And for the British public, stop living in a fucking fantasy world. We're not all together. The majority of us, we're the minority now. The majority of us, you can see people for what, like he said, gender, relations, religion, all those sort of things, yeah, not discriminating against. But the majority we are the majority of people here, but we're the minority. We are the minority. We need to stop saying it's minority individuals, because it's not anymore. It's not. There is no place for racism or hate of any kind in football or in society. And football mirrors society. Society mirrors football. That is what England's about. Just like any other country, there is no place for racism or of any kind in football or in any society. And to the majority of people coming together to call out the people sending these messages, by taking action and reporting these comments to the police, and by driving out the hate, by being kind to another, we will win. Love always wins. My guy, I'm not sure if we will win. Love has been trying to win for centuries. We might have to hit love. We might have to, you know, where there's hate, there's love. Where there's love, there's hate. Might have to play the same fire. You know, we can't keep bringing knives to gunfights, so you get your head blown off. We need to fight fire with fire. I'm tired of the kumbaya thing. You know, these social media people need to reign hard. You know, the government need to do whatever. It's not going to end well. Someone's going to get racist and get their teeth pulled out. You know, it's sad when you're seeing Portsmouth players. You lot are going to be you lot probably got black teammates. You lot are going to see the world. Well, probably not, because you lot are shit. That's why you're at Portsmouth. But to have that sort of hate in your heart, you're seeing 50-year-old football coaches. And that's the scary thing about this racist thing. Stop assuming man are on benefits and all of these things. It's not the case. Some of these guys are judges, are coaches, are academy coaches, are agents, are security staff, are police, are things that, you know, passport people, are things that evidently can exercise discrimination. You know, man are always colorblind when things are going well. But then there's this: keep your head up, Saka, and that goes to everyone. You know, and the England team has made me proud. People that are on the same mission with the English team, and that made me proud. But one thing we can never forget is this racism. It will never be there. It will stay with everyone for life. I wouldn't say this is the significant tournament in my lifetime. What man have been in 02, 06. We've had the 2020. I'm born in 95, people. So I've seen a decent amount, not too much, but a decent amount. For some reason, this tournament, this Euro 2020, 21, whatever you want to call it, it will always stay with me, people. For that final, it will always stay with me. It will always stay with me in the same way when Brexit won, that stayed with me. When I was in central London, well, let me not talk too tough, but the whole racial incidences, obviously, the man had to be there. I'm literally seeing people that look the same age as me. Come on, and you black cunt. And they're hiding behind police and that. Cowardly. But them man are cowards. Anyone that goes on social media and wants to get at a 19-year-old, cowardly. Them man, they're probably going to ask him for autographs. Their kids are literally being fed by Marcus Rashford. They're probably going to buy number 7 shirts for Jadon Sancho. But we've seen these incidences. I don't know why everybody's surprised about the Euros. I don't know why everybody's surprised to see this, because every day on social media, when a black player or whatever, whether it's Arsenal, England, Chelsea, United, subjected to racial abuse, they don't even have to be the English players. You know, we've seen bananas thrown, right? We've seen everything. We've been seeing it. England are very quick to condemn it when it's when our under 21s are playing another country and the madness is happening. When, you know, a madness is happening in Czech Republic, the whole fucking place was up in arms when Arsenal had to deal with the racist thing or whatever. Former Arsenal player Glenn Kamara. But when it's on our doorstep, we don't want to talk about it, because like what's this country's been built on. We like to be comforted by lies. We don't like to do things, and I think a lot of people are just damn right racist. A lot of people are might not necessarily racist, but they can't understand, if you're gonna have these talks, yeah. If you're going to have these talks, take your feelings and leave them at the door. Everything is not an attack on you. It's like if women were, you know, we're talking about domestic abuse, or I hate it, but rape and things like that. And they're talking about the vicious things men have done, and you're sitting in a room trying to learn from them. You can't see that as they're attacking you. It doesn't make sense, you know. And I think too many times when talking about racism, people think it's an attack on them. People are too quick to say, I'm not racist. If you know you're not racist and we know you're not racist, shut up and listen. You know, there's more energy in racists coming out and saying, I am not racist, than actually condemning these things. You know, and a lot of people, they don't care. They'll be up in arms today, they'll go about it tomorrow. And a lot of people as well, because I get a lot of you, I get a lot of you who thingy, not racist, but you get some of you sit here and go, oh, DG, I used to love you, but you're talking about racism. Fuck off then. I'm not pulling my language. If you love me when I'm talking about Arsenal and these young players, fuck off then, because you don't like, man. You like what I can do. The minute man are talking about things that affect things, you don't want to hear it. And then you've got another type. You've got people who go, oh, DG, you're a bit angry there. You're a bit pressed. I don't want you to talk about this. That's a privilege in itself, to be able to say, I can turn off from this. Man, I can't turn off from this. If you treat a 19-year-old who has been part of a team for the first time in however many fucking years, getting you to a final, if you can treat him and them man there like that, how are you going to treat the common Joe on the street, the college youth, that, because many 19-year-olds are in college and uni and them things, how are you going to treat them? You know, the feds can't move up to Bukayo Saka and that, but they can move to me on the street. You know, they can do madness. It's atrocious. And everyone will be up in arms. Everyone will condemn it. Everyone will talk about it. But you go back to it. You know, racism is one thing. Systemic racism is even more dangerous, you know. Then you've got the unconscious biases. You've got it in the media, you know, because if we really cared, people would attack how the media tell stories in football and out of football, how their terminology, their language, certain, you know, MPs and influencers and people in the public eye, when they come out with stuff, bullshit would be checked. How many people, free speech is free speech, but how many people in this country are allowed to come out with fuckery, people? How many? It's upsetting. A 19-year-old who just played in a final, he's coming out and doing paragraphs. And you know this, you know, some of it is done. Sorry, my phone is ringing, people. Some of this is done by media teams. You know he writ this himself. My heart bleeds for Saka, man. 1 second, people. 1 second. My heart bleeds for Bukayo Saka. But that's that, man. There's nothing more to add in that, man. You know. Saka finally speaks, bro. You didn't even have to say sorry. The only, obviously, you want to say, I missed, you know, apart from the generic, I missed the pen, we go again. That's what you should say. Man, I should be doing paragraphs. Fuck off, man. Get the hell out of here, man. Hell out of here. Saying sorry for what? When none of these man that were moving dumb are saying sorry for their madness. Shut up, man. But this is it. And like I said in the videos I did, never forget you. They like your rhythm. They don't like your blues. You know, they don't like your blues. Famous quote said by whoever, but it was a madness. So that's that, man. We move, man. Like I said, shout out to everybody, whether you're white, black, man, woman, everyone who stands against hate, anyone that's just a fucking normal human being, bro. Shout out to you, lot. And if you're not, you're on the racist thing, you're on the scumbag thing, I'm never gonna wish you bad, man, because you know I don't want people. I don't even want to be putting that energy out there. But I wish the worst on you. I don't wish bad, man, on people. Racism, all them things there, all that crosses out there. I wish the worst on you. You know, and these lot are cowards. They won't do it to people you got nothing to lose. You know, you do it to a Saka, man. It's an absolute madness, man. It's absolute madness. Anyways, people, 1 second. I'm gonna be back. I'm actually here, man. Let me see what's going on. Absolute joke, man. Shout out to Saka. Hold your fucking head high, man. And on that, I'm gonna comment. Hold your head, Saka, bro. Hold your head high, man. Man, our kings out here, man. Nothing more, nothing less, bro. Don't ever say sorry, bro. You've already, man, I'm 19 playing in finals. What can most man say? Man, bro, certain man couldn't even get pussy at 19, bro, blood. And they're talking that they couldn't even get pum pum. And they're talking about, man, that's biggest man's accomplishment. Get out of here, bro. A lot, fam. Anyways, there we go, bro. My emotions are contained, bro. My emotions are contained, bro. If the passion and them things there come out, it is what it is, bro. It's raw emotion in this thing. It's live, bro. Man, not gonna do. I'm never gonna do. My thing is authentic. If I've ever shouted or acted normal, it's because that's how I feel. I'm not gonna do what you see on Sky Sports and BBC and all of these things where they'll bring their little token youths on there because they make people feel comfortable about speaking about racism. Racism is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me to sit here and speak about this. As you can tell, my demeanor, and everything's changed. It's uncomfortable. That's why they'll never let me go on it because I'm not sparing no one's feelings. I'm saying things for what they are. People like to be coveted by lies in life, much less this country is built on lies. Bro, we're tired. Bro, they're tired. Bro, we're tired of being called fucking niggas and shit, man. What the hell? And like I said, for me personally, racism is racism. I would rather, not that I care, I rather the whole you effing this in my face because man can deal with that. It's them systemic ones that is scary. It's them ones there that are really damaging. Saying it as it is, I appreciate that, man. It is what it is, bro. Football is one thing, but then there's this, and then what? Tell man, shut up and talk and think about football, man. Yeah, man, I'll pattern that for you. Sorry for all the font guys, but I actually didn't care, man. Oh, YouTube can come for me. I haven't said anything, bro. I haven't said anything that's wrong. Man can come for me. I haven't been derogatory against anyone. YouTube will be cool, man. Man was shouting his agents. I wish. Balogun or Martinelli, personally, we are so lucky to have both, but only one is a future star who you got your money on. Why is only one a star? And one doesn't, if one can be a decent squad player, it is what it is. But to humor your question, for me, Martinelli all the way. Racism's not going anywhere, bro. I remember when I was how old was I? I was like 10. I already felt racism then, but I at one point I had things. I thought gang violence would start, racism would live in a fairy tale, but these things just get recreated. Kids are it's filtered down to youths, bro. It's not gonna get out of it. Like, so it is what it is, man. I'm not, bro. Man said it's just a bit of banter. I'm never gonna send for you, man. Your mother clearly wishes he swallowed, man. Bro, I'm here for that, bro. I'm not that I want any praise, but I talk about football, but I've always prided myself on always speaking about these sort of things. That's what annoys me about other YouTubers, man. I hear when two YouTubers are beefing or, somebody's getting caught moving mad online or doing mad stuff. Everyone's there to give their opinions on nonsense. But when it's time to speak about things and rise up about things and address elephants in the room, I don't want to speak about it because they want to make sure clubs can still call them the platforms they can still go on. That's why man will. It happens all the time. Man will come here and say things to you in the private. Oh, that was great, man. That happens all the time. But where are you, bro? What was you? Happened the other day. I'm not gonna put them in it because it is what it is. But I got a WhatsApp from a very not a YouTuber, but someone who is a hallmark in someone that's very known, telling me, "Oh, I like what you said, man. I like the way you pull it about the Saka." But then I think, "Oh, where's your thing though?" Because you're like, "What going for your thing?" Like you got a way bigger platform than man. What's going on there? But you don't want to lose nothing. And that comes down to integrity. I'm not condoning it. I get it. As much as racism is one thing and all of that, We have to talk about people in, people, and it might be easy for me to say, but people that are in certain walks of society or in certain buildings and things, they don't want to speak because they don't want to lose it. When you're in the house, you don't want to go back in the field. And, that's cowardly. Certain people are only repping. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's a certain black man and black coach in this England national team. He had his hands around Saka. When it was time to speak, you were speaking. The minute you got that job, you shut the hell up about it for years, even before this thing. It's poor, bro. It's poor. Segregated leagues, that's dead, man. What the hell, bro? We just need to be with bro. What the fuck all that segregation? What's all of that, bro? Life shouldn't be about this over here and that over there, bro. It should be about celebrating everybody's differences, but fundamentally recognizing that we're all the same. None of that stuff, man. Bro, any emotion you see, I promise you, every person that's been racially abused, whether you're black, brown, the nationality thing, they've had more emotion. They're more felt than this. It is what it is. I don't know for African League, but I personally feel if there was more people that had direct experiences of racism in certain positions, like when it comes to dealing with racism with the UEFA, like the FA, there would be more done. Like these social media companies, none of them executives are little black youths and things, so they don't know what it feels like more time. So they're not gonna have empathy for it. So it's bad. They'll come out and give the statements, but that's where it ends. There'll never be that burning candle in their heart to pattern it, and that's reality. It's like as sad, as mad as it is, it's almost like, I don't want to say this, but it's like finding out a family member died, but you never knew them or met them. You could be sad, but you can't really, you ain't been in that, innit? And when you don't have any empathy for a fellow person, when you don't want to, it's always going to be a myth, innit? It's always going to be a myth, man. It's unfortunate that we've had to end this on the Saka thing, man. I don't know if they always hit home, but I appreciate that, man. And there's also that as well, Kieran, man. People, only now are you seeing Piers Morgan, Gary Neville, and actually fellow players that are not black support the thing. There's certain black youths that will not speak, and then there's certain others, because people are scared. It's cool to talk about racism now. You can see it. Everyone can. When Sterling gets rubbed out, everyone and their nan's speaking about it. You can't do that now. When Sterling used to get fed to the wall, some of his own fellow black players, they never used to rise up for him. And sometimes the penny needs to drop, but this is the thing. It's upsetting, man. I should be screaming bare SYM, but you see the problem is, you see the problem. It's the social media, bro. Because even I got thick skin, I could deal with it, but I don't know. But Saka's got 1 million followers. When you got bare people DMing you, it's different with it. You can't really get off of it, man. Make sure you're hitting the like button, man. Trust me, we're not in no 50s, bro. Man, I'm moving mad still. You'd have to ask Turkish, bro. I don't know. Bro, Saka, I don't get footballers' names on the back of my shirt. Last one I got was Alexis. I'm going to get Saka. And I still don't want to get Saka purely because I don't like footballers on the back of my shirt if they bust out and that. But Saka, Sancho, and Rashford, they're the guys now. Like I like them as footballers, innit? I'm not tribal over them, but they're the guys, regardless of who teams they support, bro. They're my heroes, bro. They're my modern day heroes now, bro. Can't lie to you. So they'll always get support. I ain't gonna buy no United shirt, but you might see. Well, I ain't buying the English shirt either. You're funding that really, but I would have got a Sancho thing on the back or a Sterling or something, man. It is what it is, man. Terry, I don't know for that, man. I don't know for that. And the problem is as well, you've got this whole one thing that fuels this racist thing as well is you've got the government. It's a class war. You've got the government doing madness, and then they're preying on naive people who they've not invested in their areas and whatnot, and they're telling them all the problems are of the immigrants, and there's a race to eliminate the white man or something like that, and that preaches ignorance. I know this because I got an email by an idiot called Miles about something like this. This is the problem. Like the real agenda is racism, but it's a class war at the same time, and certain people are it's ignorance is bliss thing. It's not happening. It's sad, man. It's absolute madness. Absolute madness. Like, is where it is, man. Bro, schools don't teach shit, bro. Schools just water things down, bro. You don't even know slavery happened in England. You don't even know that you don't even know, bro. You never know why you got certain last names. You don't know nothing, man. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. That's it. But these racists don't want to accept they're the same. You got a racist white guy doesn't want to accept that a black guy is a human as him. You got a racist black guy doesn't want to accept that a white guy is the same as him. Fundamentally, they know this. They know they are, but that's what kills them. Oh man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But I can't lie. I need to go get ready for football, as you saw with the calls there. It's sad to end it. It's sad to end it like that. It's sad to end it speaking about Bukayo Saka and whatnot. You'll get your timestamps. I'll obviously clip it up so you can get, your little bits and pieces.